Bucharest has a few historic neighborhoods. It has the Old Town in the center of the capital. It also has the Jewish neighborhood, the Greek neighborhood, and the Armenian one, also in the city center. Today I'm in the Jewish neighborhood. Each of these quarters has its own churches or synagogues or mosques. And like I said, today I'm in the Jewish neighborhood. I would like to show you a little bit around. Unfortunately, a lot has been lost due to the communists, and the effect of the communist regime, you can also feel it today. I didn't feel safe on some of the streets. The people that have been here, that built those charming, stunning, beautiful houses, those masterpieces, did and gave so much to this area, to this city, to the people, to the culture, to the community. It's such a pity to see the ruins, to see or to know that many have been demolished. Many houses have been demolished. But also I'm happy to see that many other houses have been restored, lovingly restored. I'm going to show you some around now. I didn't feel safe on some of the streets. I had to take the car. Many people that live here live illegal, and of course when they see a camera, video camera, they get scared, they get aggressive. But to me this episode is important. It's part of Bucharest, my city, my hometown, and later in this episode I'm going to visit the Jewish Museum. Actually, I visited it a couple of days ago and I've been so impressed. I've been impressed to tears. I had a lot to see, to learn, to understand. It was my first visit at the Jewish Museum, which is also a synagogue, and I look forward having the chance to visit it again. The director lady was so welcoming and friendly and generous with all the information that she gave us. So I decided to make a full episode surrounding the Jewish life and like I said, the houses here, many beautiful houses. Of course I'm not going to film everything, but just for you to get a taste of it, to get an impression. So come with me. If you are interested, I'm happy to show you what there is here in Bucharest. In the period between the two world wars, the Bucharest community grew in both numbers and importance. The Jewish population of the city, now the capital of Greater Romania and attracting settlers from all parts of the country, increased from 44,000 in 1912 to 74,480, meaning 12% of the total population in 1930, and to 95,072 in 1940. About two-thirds of those gainfully employed were occupied as artisans, workers, clerks, and shop assistants. Others were active in the liberal professions, especially medicine and law. In 1920, the statute of the reconstituted Ashkenazi community was officially approved, and in 1931, following the publication of the law for the organization of the cults, the community was officially recognized as the legal representative of the city's Ashkenazi Jewish population. At the same time, the community's statute was amended to conform to the requirements of the law. The organization of the community was again modified by a new statute in 1937. The reconstitution of the organized community, all Jewish institutions were brought under its jurisdiction. The community's religious, educational, and welfare institutions included over 40 synagogues, 2 cemeteries, 19 schools, a library and historical museum, 2 hospitals, a clinic, 2 old age homes, and 2 orphanages. spiritual head of the Ashkenazi community during this period was Rabbi J.J. Nimirover, while the outstanding lay leader was W. Filderman. Like many other Jewish communities in Romania, the Bucharest community and its leaders continued to play an important role in the social and political life of Romanian Jewry, representing in particular the attitude of the Jews from the Old Kingdom. We are here at the museum, and the lady here is going to show us a little bit around. She's going to speak English, and I'm very happy about it. So here is the entrance.
Welcome, dear friends. We are in the heart of the Jewish neighborhood in Bucharest. Strada Mămulari, it was full of life, of Jewish life. Therefore, this is a synagogue. There were 4 or 5 synagogues on the street. Across the street here was another synagogue that has been demolished. But we are still here. And besides being a synagogue, a beautiful one, 170 years old, but beautifully refurbished and restored, you will see here our museum, museum of Jewish history, of Jewish culture, and of Jewish life that we are very proud of, and we are happy to be presented in this YouTube channel. Therefore, we invite you anytime you come in Bucharest to go in. So, my name is Carmen Hana Jovicu. I'm the director of the museum, and I'm very glad to be your guide today. We start on the chronological historical side of the museum, meaning that we have a long history. The Jews have been here for thousands of years. On the 2nd century, we have objects that prove the presence of the Jews on the territory, on the Romanian territory. We pass quickly to the medieval age, where actually the first names appear and the first presence, actual presence of Jews as a community appear in the 15th century. So there were Jews around the Danube and also in Moldova, our side of Moldova, Romanian Moldova. We have a glass case presenting the guilds, the numerous activities of the Jews. They were working people, working a lot in different lines of activities. And this is a glass case that shows also this synagogue was built by the Tailors Guild. So we have here some of the symbols of the Tailors Guild. Another important moment of the Jewish presence in Romania is obviously the French Revolution, 1848, when 2 Jewish-born artists, one Romanian, the other one Hungarian, were very active into bringing the French Revolution in Romania. Another most important moment for Romanian history, but also for the Jewish history in Romania, is the participation of the First World War. Of course, there were also Jewish soldiers into the Independence War in 1877. Not then, but not in also in the First World War, they were not Romanian citizens. So they were Jewish foreigner citizens, but fighting for Romania. After that, they became citizens only in 1923, with the constitution, with the new constitution in 1923, just for some 10 years, because the Second World War started and their lives changed dramatically. We must also mention Zionism, because the entire movement has been active in Romania as well. And this is a glass case presenting the Romanian participation to the Congress, Zionist Congress in Paris, but also the one in Bacău, in Romania, the second Congress. And this is a glass case presenting personalities, obviously politicians, but also bankers, financial active people, musicians, and a very important personality for our community is Dr. Cajal, whose name is given also to this museum. The moment of the pogrom is very dramatic, and we reach this area that is dedicated to concentration camps, to forced labor, to killing the Jews around the pogrom.
May I ask you please, in which cities in Romania it happened? So I know about Iași, I know about Oradea, Bucharest.
So when we, in 41, January 27, in 1941, Bucharest pogrom took place. The legionaries killed 110 people, I think, 118 people.
Children, women, men, young, old, yeah.
And the Iași pogrom, it took place in June, 25th to 27th of June, 1941, and killed 14,000 Jews from the entire area of Iași. This year, 2021, there has been opened a museum of the pogrom in Iași. So you are invited to visit it.
Thank you.
This is our commemoration place. As it is known, Jews do not put flowers on the gravestones, but stones, because a stone is indestructible, as should be the memory that we are keeping for the people who are not with us anymore. So this is our commemoration, let's say, moment when visitors who have relatives that perished in the Holocaust and the pogrom are invited to write on a stone the name of that relative, to be kept forever in our museum. Here is a project of our colleagues from the Center of the Study of the Jewish History that have identified 20 names of the people who have been killed in the Bucharest pogrom. So these are names but not numbers. This is the name of the project. Names but not numbers. Obviously they are on my, I made copies just people to take. They are sign books for signs for book, and you can just yeah, this is a lady who died together with her family. Aveau acolo fetele. Cutia de pălării tot a soacră mie este. Încercați să facem așa. These bronze sculptures are donated to our museum by the sculptress artist, woman artist, Romanian-born, Jewish-born Rita Shapira, who unfortunately died this year. And she donated these sculptures together with that theme, Holocaust theme with masks. They are also her, she's also the author of this installation.
So this is a wedding scene. You can see here lots of photographs. I'm going to film them in a close-up.
Old and new.
Ah, old and new. Beautiful. And here we have
the Jewish life, the
Jewish
Shabbat,
life.
the Shabbat table.
And all those pieces were made in Romania or different countries?
Different countries. The silverware might also come from Austria. They were present at every table, but we do not have
a specific origin.
The specific origin, yes.
Baking bread, I see.
Yeah.
Children with their parents.
These are the Jewish holidays: Pesach, Hanukkah, Purim, Sukkot.
And here I see some books and photographs.
Yes, this is about two of the most important rabbis. Chief Rabbi Moses Rosen, who is actually the author of this museum, and Alexandru Shafran, one of the most important and educated rabbis in the world, actually.
Wow. And here I see some old books and notes, photographs.
Yes, this is a glass case presenting the Sephardim rabbis, meaning that there are two directions in Judaism: Sephardic Judaism and Ashkenazic Judaism. These are some cantors and rabbis, Sephardic rabbis. Sephardim used the language Ladino, who is actually a very old Spanish with inserts of Hebrew.
I see Jewish cuisine.
Yes.
Oh.
Everything is remembered when you eat something.
And that's a good topic for me because I love food. Is there any Jewish restaurant in Bucharest that you can recommend us?
Restaurant per se, no. It is a restaurant that is owned by the Chabad Lubavitch synagogue. They have a small restaurant, but it's on order. You cannot come inside like this. There is a small place very close here called Avraham Kosher. Doesn't have any meat, so it's only
vegetarian
milk and vegetables.
Yes.
And but it's very small, and I wouldn't call it a restaurant, more like a
bistro.
Yes, three tables, and that's all.
Nice.
And I can't say everything is on order. If you search on Glovo or this kind of apps, you might find. But there are the two restaurants of Chef Joseph Haddad.
Yes.
But they not kosher. They he bakes for he cooks for everybody. So he's not in his intention to cook only for Jews.
I see a cookbook down there. It looks like from the 60s or 70s.
No, actually it's new. It's the only one. I brought it from home. It was edited by the Editura HaSefer of the Federation, The illustrations are actually remembering some 40s, 50s drawings. And it is a collection of recipes from ladies, old ladies from around Romania. So it's very interesting. I brought it, and now it's like a museum exhibit because it has not been edited. There you cannot find
to buy it. It looks very interesting.
It is.
I see the fish coming out of the pot.
Yes.
And here, that's also very interesting for me. So that's a sewing box,
Yes.
presentation box with a sewing kit, an ironing machine, and
yes.
glasses.
Yes. This is I know she shouldn't. I mean, it shouldn't be here. This big
Tool. It looks like a tool.
It's actually spoon.
Ah, it's a spoon.
It's a spoon. It's written here in Hebrew letters kasher, and the year is 1860. So it's very old. And I think it was used for cheese or for cholent. The big the beans. It's out of beans. Cholent. It's a type of meal. But yeah.
So more to see here. There are so many objects, and
this is for daily routine in prayer. For if you want to pray daily, these are the things that a young boy who is already bar mitzvah can put on his arm and his head to help him for the daily prayer.
we ended our tour. We haven't seen everything, but I will be back here because there's so many things to see, to know, so much information. It's like a spring of information. There are different rooms there, also on the first floor, I guess also on the second floor. A lot to be seen, to be discovered. It's an amazing place. The energy is very soothing, very soothing. And I highly appreciated that the lady director here is very open and very generous. She stayed here long after the museum closed to simply offer us all the information until now that you've seen this episode, that you already saw in this episode. So I'm looking forward to be back here. Everything looks like a jewel, and it's also a sad place. It's a sad place to know the history, what happened, and I thank you for having the time and the patience to watch this episode. All the best from here.